Hey, what's up, everybody out there in YouTube land, Facebook land, social media land? It's been a minute since I put a little something up. I've been I was kind of down for the last week. I had to recover and shit. You know what I'm saying? Goddamn allergies be kicking niggas' asses and shit. But yeah, this is I wanted to talk about the index fund as far as stocks is concerned. I'm gonna touch on a couple of subjects in this interview where I wanted to talk about in the various array of ways that you can invest your money, even without the stocks. But yeah. So the first one I want to talk about, let's talk about the index fund. Index fund is an array of top stocks, that has a widespread, how can I say, selection across the board within the top tier companies and government bonds and banks and financial mortgage companies or whatever that are collectively like under one umbrella. The index fund is like more of an umbrella full of companies that that you could spend your money, on this one umbrella, that earns a certain amount of return every year. So, for example, let's just say you invest into the Vanguard index fund. That may earn you 4% or 13%, depending upon their activity rate per year that on however much money that you put in there. But I would say, investing in the index fund is definitely good. Investing in the mutual funds is definitely good. These are all long-term investments that you make over time. So you could, for the next 44 years, you could take $250 a month for the next 44 years, and you could pay it into an index fund. There go your retirement. So all of these are long-term investments. You can also buy single stocks too. There's nothing wrong with that. There's no such thing as a no-risk situation. There's always going to be some risks that you're going to have to take in these various different situations when you do invest money. That's with anything that you do. Whether it be a mortgage, you end up buying a house that is fucked up that you got to pay money into, to keep rolling and shit. Many different things can happen. But the only way you're going to know is that you're going to take your money and find out. All right. So if you can invest in yourself and you can fail on yourself too. You could be lazy person or whatever. I'm just giving y'all different scenarios. But in order for you to invest and to see a good result is to definitely do it aggressively and keep it consistent. All right. And as far as research, you want to do your research and read up on the activity of these companies that you may want to invest into. But the index fund is, like I said, it's an umbrella full of companies that you can invest into and that you could, really put some money into, and you could have that as your retirement. Plus, not only that, you want to have more than one investment going on at the same time. Now, the stock market is a good place to actually start. You know what I'm saying? But also at the same time, too, whatever little small hustle that you got on the side. So, like, let's just say if you sell, cosmetic products, or you may sell vitamins, or you may sell weed, or you may sell whatever. Make sure, that your inventory is good in that. If you always have inventory or you invest in inventory, or it could be just having extra groceries at the house, and you stacked and packed your house or whatever, and you want to sell. You got bars of soap that you could sell. You know what I'm saying? Whatever it is that you may be selling them or purchasing or whatever, have enough of it to where as though that you can make yourself some money. So always make sure that your inventory is definitely correct with things. Also, what makes you money too is that when you investing into your house. I wanted to talk about real quick for a couple of minutes on when you invest into your freezers or your refrigeration or containers to keep your food in, you don't have to keep going back out and buying food. You understand what I'm saying? You could literally make money off of your food by purchasing containers or purchasing freezers that could help you store food for months on end at a time. So you don't have to keep running to the grocery store every month. So you could take maybe like $500 or $600, and that food could last you for maybe 2 to 3 months, depending on how you eat or whatever. At the same time, you could take that money that you don't spend for those extra months, and then you could build a food fund, account where you have it up to a certain amount and you allow that account to be an entity of its own. So anytime you spend money out of there, you could just go ahead and put the money back there, and that will be a certain amount. I would say people would have to use a fragmentation chart to start helping their money work for them. And this is another part of the segment of what I wanted to talk about. By allowing your money to work for you instead of against you, is that you have to build different budgets for different categories that's within the house. So let's just say, for instance, right, I roll over here, and let's just say you got food, gas, rent, lights, work expense, car fund, truck fund, and travel fund. All right. Then you have your investment fund, what you pay for, which is including your stocks and everything. And then you may have your little small company fund of the stuff that you may sell on the side, or et cetera, et cetera. Well, this system that I call it the envelope system. And the envelope system is that each thing that I just named has a $500 amount dollar, expense or whatever. So basically the gas, the food I got is a $500. The gas is $500. The rent is $500. This is all the amounts, that are in these different categories of the fund of what I'm building up. It costs, I say, our household maybe 46. When I wrote this, the cost at the time was $4,600 a month, as far as what we had to pay out in order to keep things functioning. Now it's a lot cheaper than that. It's not even 46. It's about maybe 3,500. I got it down to. So it may cost us, about $3,000 a month. About $3,000 a month, between $3,000 to $3,500 a month, for all the bills and shit that we had to pay for and what's going out. Sometimes it may jump to the 4,000, but at certain times I flip certain different things and I can get it down, I can keep it at the 3. It depends. Certain things happen. Certain things may require us to pay more money at different times. Certain things may break and we may have to pay for it. But yeah. But anyway, the envelope system is a system that has $4,600 that is fragmented and broken down into these categories, which is the food, the gas, the rent, the lights, the work expense, the car fund, the truck fund, the travel fund, the house fund, and the investments, and then with the actual company or whatever other thing that we running on the side. So basically with this, I take, when you're doing the envelope system, and I'm speaking on this, for a couple of minutes. When you do the envelope system, it may take you maybe 4 or 5 months to build because you're building $500 in each of these different objectives. So after that is built, all right, that act as it kind of like act as a credit card. You understand what I'm saying? So your food has $500 in it. Your food account, your gas account has $500 in it. Your rent account has $500 in it. Your work expense and operational fund has about $500 in it. So it takes about maybe 5 to 6 months in order to build this up. All right. And then we go to the baby step where we have an emergency fund that has $1,000 that's built into that. And then you have within the next election, which is 3 to 6 months worth of expenses and a savings account for just in case if shit hits the fan. All right, so you have these different selections of money that's around. Okay. By actually building this system, and then you have your investment where you invest in 15% of your money, and I'm gonna roll into that next. All right. When you build this up, here's where the security lies at, because now while you have this money and while all of these things are going on, and by the way, I was reading off of my chart that I have with my poster that I have over here as far as putting every dollar where it needs to go at. The security is that now you know what goes in and what comes out. You know where everything needs to be at, and then if you end up having a problem, this money will be there on hand and on site, to take care of whatever problem that you need. Now, most people would need banks or credit cards or whatever. I'm just talking about this is just the in-house part. Now, you can attach the stock market onto this, all right? So this is the type of financial engine as far as like diversifying the engine that you need. So it's taking a certain amount of money out of circulation and using it to protect the house and things that functions the house. So $10,000 or $15,000 investing in it into the house, where you break these monies down into categories to handle the day-to-day operation. You dig what I'm saying? Your income won't be affected by it. If you understand what I just said just now, your income will not be affected by it. Why? Because the categories on what I just named. The envelope system is one of the oldest systems in the book. The envelope system usually deals with cash. So you could take about $4,600 in cash, and then you can get envelopes and you can mark them accordingly as you go doing, and you have a book where you have your cash at hand that you use in the house. All right. Now, the money that you keep in the bank is for your bigger bills. Okay. So as far as like what you keep in the bank, which I wouldn't keep no more than probably like overall, I say I wouldn't keep no more than probably like $10,000 in there. $10,000, the max that I would keep in the bank to buy or purchase anything. Because it's a risk and everything. You know what I'm saying? But I would not keep no more than $10,000 in there, and that's in the checkings or savings, because the checkings and the savings are always being used all the time. The only time that I would advise to put more than 10 in there, if you're doing business with the bank. I would rather, and this is just me personally, put buy $50,000 worth of shares into the bank than actually keeping $50,000 in the bank, because you got to pay maintenance fees and everything. The system that I usually design is to keep the money within the house. is to cut all any type of interest that's being sucked out of the house. And this is a part of actually doing that by building this financial engine. This is putting your cash to work. A lot of people don't understand what that is by putting your cash to work, which I'm gonna make another segment on that. But anyway, getting back to what I was saying, the envelope system, and if you attach the stock market, as far as index fund, all right, these are two. One helps out within keeping the house steady. The other one helps out within future finances that you could actually retire on. All right. So an index fund is an umbrella full of companies that are already picked, which is the top performance companies in whatever category or sector of the Nasdaq or S&P 500 that you choose to pick, that you could put in, and that one account could be for your retirement. All right. So that's my segment on this. I'm gonna go ahead and cut out as I'm 16 minutes in. But anyway, I hope y'all know what's up. So stay tuned.